Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Etcetera with the Woodards. I'm your host for this evening, Craig Woodard Sr., and this is episode 45. Can you believe it? 45 already, man. Listen, we are going to have a good show tonight. We are waiting on my team correspondent to get back from wrestling practice, man. She is busy and on the go. So we're going to start with some other information. I got to tell you, I am super pumped to give you guys some great news tonight. I just found out a little bit ago, got an email that our grant was finally approved. So we have our year five. We're going into our fifth year for our 321 art class. It is coming up, and we are set to begin our 321 art class. Is going to be on Monday, December 1st. We are back in action, and I'm super excited. This is going to be funded by the Hillsborough County. It's an AIG grant, is what it's called, and they funded us the last couple of years here, and we're back again. I'm just super excited. We're going to have free speech therapy, free occupational therapy. We do a number of different art projects throughout the year, and this is going to last until next September, and then we're going to, of course, end the class with our 321 art gallery. And at the art gallery, we have a couple of the students that come. Most of the students that can make it, they bring a couple art pieces that they created throughout the year, and we put them on display. We recognize everyone that comes to the class, that took part in the class throughout the year, if they can make it, schedule willing. And we have a catered dinner, and we put on some music and let them kind of dance. They have a nice dance party, man, and they have such a great time. And to be honest with you, I think the parents enjoy it a lot more, because the parents get to sit with each other, and they get to talk. And to tell you the truth, we have parents that have been in our group for quite some time. We're going on 8 years, but they're parents that have been involved in other groups and have children blessed with Down syndrome and other special needs as well, and they have been here for quite some time. The thing about that is, I was on a podcast before, and they asked me about if we have any professionals that would come out and talk with the parents, especially some of the new parents. And I said, listen, we have a ton of professionals. We have parents that have children that are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and they are the subject matter experts, man. So to sit down and talk to someone that has a child blessed with Down syndrome, and you want to ask some questions and find out what the future is going to be like, some of the challenges that you may have, sit down and talk to one of our parents at our art classes or anywhere, man. Our parents are available as resources as well, and we have a wide variety of numbers from a range of age group that is phenomenal. So it is incredible. So I'm so happy to announce that we got another grant to put on the 321 art class that's going to start on December 1st. It's going to be at the Center Place in Brandon down here. If you guys don't know, I live down here in the Tampa Bay area, so this is where we service. But yeah, it's going to be right at 619 Vonderburg Drive, connected right to the Brandon Library. So we are super, super excited about that. Also this weekend, because we've grown and because we are branching out, we do have our 321 art class, Pinellas County, that's held in St. Pete. This Sunday is going to be class number 2, November 9th from 3 to 4 p.m. We also have free speech therapy and occupational therapy across the bay over in St. Pete. It's going to be held at the Park Street Baptist Church in St. Pete. So if you're not doing anything from 3 to 4, please go out and join these fine folks out there. They're going to put some projects together. The last class, I think we had our very first class, we had, I believe, 6 students out there. For our first class, that's not bad. So We're expecting to see the enrollment increase. It's totally free. You sign up when you get there, and you'll have a blast. So please make sure that you come on out. And I got a comment here from Dennis Mueller. Dennis is a good friend of mine, man, and he's been an advocate for a long time. And his son Zach, we call it Big Dog. They do some great things, man. And Dennis is also involved in Buddy Baseball. He's also in charge of the league of their own, which is also an adult baseball league. And I tell you what, you have questions, newer parents out there, you sit down and you talk to our experts. Our experts are the parents that have been there the longest, and they will give you some really, really good feedback, man. And Dennis, you rock too, man. I appreciate that. So we're spreading the love, man. We're going across the bay. 321 Art in Pinellas County. We got it here in Hillsborough County. We are growing. February 23rd is going to be our 8-year anniversary, birthday, anniversary, birthday, whatever you want to call it. We're here for 8 years come February 23rd, and I'm just super excited by a lot of the feedback that we're getting and a lot of the support from people in the surrounding area. So very excited. Hey, we had a busy month last month for Down Syndrome Awareness Month. I hope you all learned a lot. I shared a lot of different facts every day on our Facebook page to kind of teach people a little bit more about individuals blessed with Down syndrome. I was on a couple podcasts, on a couple news segments as well. We got a couple of those that are still set to air coming up. I'll let you know when those are going to air. But I'm all about trying to spread awareness, spread the word, be there for you guys as a resource. We're trying to do a ton of stuff with the Down Syndrome Association in Tampa Bay. I just spoke with a parent last week at one of the baseball games, and we qualified her for a scholarship for her son for an IEP an advocate. She said her son's having some issues in school that they want to discuss, and they want somebody to go and assist them, someone that knows their rights, their laws, and we got our IEP advocate from Developed Company. Ashley Rivera will be assisting. So you have to make sure that you attend at least one of our events per quarter so that you qualify for the IEP Advocate Scholarship. But there is money that we can pay the cost for you to have a professional come and fight for your children's rights. So that is what we are all about. All right. We are going to move on right here. I'm going to bring in my niece here. Let me see if I can bring her in. Where's she at? Let me see. Bam. And bam. Here she go. There we go. What's up, my niece? What's up,
Um,
Deanna? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you,
Good,
Uncle?
good, good, good. I know you had a busy day today. You just coming from wrestling practice, right? Tell me
Marching band.
from where?
Marching band practice.
Okay, okay. How did it go? Tell me about your day.
It went good. It went
Yeah.
good. It was pretty decent day.
Okay, not bad, not bad. Hey, listen, I'm missing you. I get to see you on obviously me being down here in Tampa. I get to see some clips of you, and I wanted to invite you back on as our team correspondent. That is your new title, my niece. That is
Oh,
your new
okay.
title. You like that? So I wanted to bring you on because, Deontay and I were talking about you and many others from the freedom of speech town hall meeting from last
Mhm.
Sunday, and I shared one of your clips, and Deontay was just raving about how you just put it down as we expected because you have raised the bar on advocacy as a young adult, and we're just always super impressed when we hear you speak. And I wanted to have you on the show so that we can kind of go through some of the topics that you brought up, some of the concerns, in Erie, Pennsylvania. And I wanted to kind of give you the stage, and we can kind of go back and forth. I'll ask some questions off of some of the things you say, but give me a recap. So, if for those that don't know, Deontay Cooley, my cousin, had a first of many freedom of speech town hall meetings, and he had some community panelists, and he had some professional panelists, and it was probably about 70 people there. And Deanna went up and stole the show and said some great things. Give me a recap, niece, of what you talked about.
Um, See, I got somewhat of a bad memory, so it's like, but hard for me to remember sometimes. But I think one of the biggest topics I hit that a lot of people were happy that I hit is that school education. You
Yeah.
know, being a young African American student
Hmm.
and going through the Erie school district that I go through, I feel like there's not enough history about my culture and what my ancestors have gone through.
Yeah.
Like I said, when you ask kids about who the Black Panthers are, they're probably thinking about Wakanda, the movie, instead of
Hmm.
the actual civil rights group. They probably don't know who a lot of other civil rights activists were besides Martin Luther King, Ruby Bridget. Like they don't know names like other than Harriet Tubman or Rosa Parks. So it was
Right.
one of my big topics I hit. I also hit about how down here where we live, a lot of teens tend to like grow up a lot faster and run around the streets a lot faster is because there's really nothing here for us teenagers to do. I mean,
Right.
you go downtown, you have all these vape shops, bars. I mean, there's nothing for us to do rather than us to just sit around. And being a teenager myself, I wouldn't just like being myself. I don't just want to go to Watermere and go skating
Yeah.
and go to parties because I don't even go to parties. I like to sit in the house.
Yeah.
But like just like there's not that much for us to do, and it's like, what are we supposed to do when there's nothing for us to do?
What would you like to see different? So when we talk about different things, maybe different locations that young adults can go to, what comes to mind for you? Like, what would get you out of the house, and you say, you know what, I know that this is available for me and my friends. I would love to go down there and do this opposed to sit at home. What would that be for you?
I mean, just like a teens club to hang out at. I know a lot of people would say like down here we have the Boys and Girls Club, the Martin Luther King Center. We have those type of facilities, but those
Right.
are really for younger kids, not for the teenagers. I mean, do we just want to like sit around and like play ball all day? No, like we kind of want to be like we want to have like our own space. We don't want to be surrounded by kids all the time. So I feel
Mhm.
like just having a spot where it's like for teenagers only, and like yeah, there's staff members and there's like certain people around, but just having like an area to where we can relax and we can like hang out and chill, and we have like games and whatnot, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's like really needed in our area. Oh, it would also help connect the kids and the teenagers because I know like coming from where we live,
Hmm.
every middle school is so like separated to the
Yeah.
point where, like we only have collegiate and Erie High. So when we go to put all these the east, west, you know, John Vincent, when you go to
Hmm.
put all these three middle schools together,
Hmm.
people tend to crash because we don't know each other. So I feel like maybe having a teen club will
Yeah.
help bring people out their comfort zone and they'll make more friends. And also it maybe will help the stop fightings.
Absolutely. I think you hit it right on the head right there. You know, I'm gonna date myself here because I'm 51, and so when I was in high school, it was 1988 through 1992, way before your time, right? And you're right. Now things were different back then. You know, a typical weekend for us growing up around that time was, you got up in the morning. We only, most of us, we couldn't afford cable, so we didn't have cable TV. We had Channel 12, we had Channel 24, we had Channel 35, and WQLN, and then eventually Fox 66 came in, and those were the only channels that we actually had. So we had to catch Fat Albert at noon. We watched a few cartoons Saturday morning, and then we were outside. We were outside playing. The number one rule was be in the house when the lights come on,
Mhm.
outside, and we were outside playing. I grew up right on 25th and French. So I was a block away from the stadium, and our hangout place used to be right around the corner on 24th, between 23rd and 24th Street, between French and Holland, was a basketball court and a little park right there. So we would be over there playing basketball, or we would be down on 19th Street at Spoons Court playing basketball down there. Or as far as the community center, I was always at the Erie One, the Booker T. Washington Center. So, but the neighborhood is where we would walk, we would race, we would run in the streets, and the cars wouldn't really bother us. But we would line up and race in the streets. We would play football in the streets where uh, the cars parked were out; they were the sideline, And we even did that in the wintertime, and we were out all day. And if you got thirsty, you stopped over at Mr. Hilliard's house, Tick's father, and went to the side of the house, and we drank out of the water hose.
Mm-hmm.
Everything turned out fine with us. It didn't have to be filtered water. So when we look back at how things were compared to how things are now, it is totally different. And now you got a lot of technology. A lot of kids like to play game. They're gamers, and it's hard to get kids to come outside and actually play. So, to your point, that's when we actually started to learn more about kids, not only in our neighborhood, but we also rode bikes to other neighborhoods and played, ball and tag and stuff like that. And we met other kids that lived in other school areas, school zones as well. And we didn't have a lot of problems with fighting. Now, of course, we had fights back in the day, but nothing like it is now. And the pressures that you all have right now is just amazing. So I think you are on it right now with putting together some type of a club for young adults to go to, kind of like a safe haven, a meet out spot. They have big screen TVs. They can watch, movies and get some snacks and play some games and stuff. I think that's an awesome idea. And you have to continue to bring up these ideas when you can to the powers that be. And I was so proud that you brought that up at the freedom of speech town hall meeting. What other topics did you discuss at the meeting? Can you remember anything else?
Um, I mainly focus on the youth aspect.
Yeah.
I know after the whole like meeting and everything, I
Mhm.
got to talk to Savannah. In my personal opinion, I really love her. I feel like she's like an older version of me, and but what we were really talking about is like there's a lot of messages in like video games and music that we just don't realize it
Yeah.
until it's too late and it's already getting into our brain and infecting us. And we were talking about the games, honestly, like the killing games, like it's just teaching people how to pick up a gun and shoot when
Yeah.
everything goes wrong. And that's also what a lot of other people were bringing up at the meeting is that with the video games we have out nowadays, it's just teaching people how to shoot
Yeah.
and not teaching people how to talk and how to figure things out. It's just teaching people how to use their first response, which is fight. It doesn't like it's not helping people use what like the natural skills it is to understand a topic or whatnot, and or not to understand. But that was one of the really big things I got to talk to Savannah about, which I was really happy for because she gave me a lot of good advice, and I like really
Mhm.
appreciate her.
Go ahead.
Like the whole conversation itself, like I could see where she was coming from. I can understand it
Yeah.
because coming from a youth, I get all these ads on my phone whenever I have the time to look at TikTok or whatnot. I get
Hmm.
ads about the new GTA 5. I don't want to play no GTA 5. I want to play my Adopt Me on Robot on Roblox. That's all I want to do. But I'm not really into all the shooting games, so maybe that's why I'm like I don't have like a killer mentality is what they call it or something like that. But I feel like honestly, if we were to try to not fully take it out because I understand people enjoy those games, but just honestly bringing down the screen time on those type of games, and then like with the music, I understand it's good.
Mhm.
Like no hate to the football team here,
Yeah,
but whenever you go to a football game, when you hear them like getting ready on the field, you hear all this music and it has all this swearing, talking about I don't like
yeah.
I don't get into it, but it's like we could be you like we like if you guys were warming up to like songs to motivate instead of to just set, oh, you gotta kill this person. Like I feel like if you were more motivated, maybe it would help a lot more. But that's honestly my opinion.
Yeah, no, and I understand. And you're talking to a guy that played football. You know what I mean? And I know how it feels to kind of get in the zone. And I used to, um, so we used to wear headphones and listen to Walkman. That's what they were called back in the day. Now there's of course different streams and all kinds of different ear pods and stuff like that. But we used to listen to those, individually. And to be honest with you, if there's music that's being played out loud, cussing music, and you know rap music and all that stuff. I mean, I get it. Trust me, I listen to rap music as well, but I love hip hop and R&B. But that's more of a coach thing, to be honest. And the coach should want to send a good message to the kids. And I could talk all day about how I would put together a specific program, and I'd have my players coming with a shirt and tie. You know what I mean, to the
Mhm.
game, and you practice what you preach, and you play how good you look, and so there's got to be certain standards that are set from the coach down, and I think that's part of it. And um, a lot of schools are different in that
Yeah.
aspect. You know what I mean? Um, what else was I going to say to you? The club idea is a fantastic idea. We didn't have anything like that when I was younger. I remember we used to go to some of the parties. They used to have parties at
Mhm.
community centers and stuff. Do they still have those now?
No, not really at all.
Okay, okay. Yeah, they used to have little get-togethers at the Erie one, at the JFK, Martin Luther King. I remember going to a few of those, and then of course the other thing that we should do to stay busy is just extracurricular activity. And obviously, you are busy in that as well. Talk about the different things that you do to occupy your time.
Well, I start off with the fact that I felt like I wasn't getting a good enough education at collegiate. Like I just
Okay.
felt I feel like sometimes like it was good, but it also wasn't. So I decided that I was gonna take my time and occupy it towards taking college classes to get my associate's degree while I'm in high school.
Wow.
I do wrestling that takes up pretty much all of my winter,
Mhm.
4:30 to 7:30 every single day.
Wow.
Tournaments on the weekend, like marching band, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Got band camp during the summer, half
Mhm.
days, whole days. I mean, I and then I also have my job on the side where I do my gardening and whatnot in the summer, which I really love because I
Yeah.
love gardening and whatnot. So I feel like my schedule's balanced. Think I also want to do flag football in the spring and track and field. So yeah.
Nice. Nice. Staying busy. And that, back in the day, we stayed busy. I never had a break because I was in four different sports. When I went to Mercier's Prep, we didn't have a football team at first, so I played soccer. So we played soccer in the fall, went straight to basketball, then from basketball went to track and field. And so the entire year it was like that until we got our football team at Mercier's Prep, and then it was football, basketball, track. So sometimes you don't need a break at that age. You just want to stay busy, and those particular activities definitely keep you busy. And you've managed to juggle those on top of planning on getting your associate's degree while you graduate. I'm super proud of you. That is so 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 awesome. Um, Also, Savannah Wilson will be my guest on Etcetera with the Woodards Sunday night at 7:30. She is already committed. She's coming on. I am super excited to talk to her. I saw her at the freedom of speech town hall meeting, and you two would be powerful together. With her being a little older, she could probably really help out in different ways, maybe because she's building a lot of contacts as well, and so are you. I think you two together would be a super powerhouse and could make some things happen. Is that something that you would love to maybe put together? This idea about a teens club or something like that to work with Savannah to try to bring?
Oh yes, see, I would love to work with Savannah. Like, I feel like, okay, to be completely honest,
Hmm.
when I went to the panel, I wasn't really sure if anybody who was up there besides Darren Crosby,
Hmm.
Unc, Malcolm, which is other Unc. Not,
Hmm.
so I was just like, oh, who are these people? I
Hmm.
didn't, I didn't. Only person on the other side of the panel, other than the community side, I can't think of the name of it right now.
The
Uh,
professional panel.
yes,
Yeah.
I knew Chuck Nelson. I was like, who are these other people? Who are these people? So I was like, I'm just gonna sit back. I'm not gonna say anything in this meeting. I'm just gonna watch. I'm just gonna observe. Clearly,
Yeah.
that didn't work. As soon as I heard Savannah start talking, I was like, oh my gosh,
Hmm.
who is this? Who's this lady? I
Yeah.
need I need to get in contact with her because I don't. I feel like the way she executed and the way she said things really inspired me, and it's like making me want to work hard towards to be like her because I don't. It was just really inspiring, especially to see someone who was like me and who always got told like, hey, you just need to pass this class, you just need to get by.
Yeah.
Seeing someone who was put in my position be up there on a panel, um doing everything that she can to become something one day, or well, we all know she will be something one day, but
Yeah.
to commit her hopes and dreams was really 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 freaking inspiring to me. And I was like amazed when she talked.
That, having you two speak at the town hall meeting, I know Deontay was in his glory because when he and I first got on Sunday night, he was all smiles and he just could not rave enough about you and Savannah. And so me, of course, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bring him on the podcast. Let's get the videos going. So he started sharing the videos and I saw and listened to what you had to say and perfect speech that you had and the items that you brought up, the topics that you brought up, and Savannah crushed it as well. And I'm like, hey, I gotta have her on Sunday night and let her kind of talk a little bit freely, a little bit more, and give her a little bit more time to go over some things. But yes, you two together would be a definite powerhouse, and I know you have not heard the last from her. She will definitely probably reach out, and I know she respects you. And there's not many yeah, young adults that are 16 years old that are doing the things that you're doing. Going to the city council meetings and you're showing up to the protests because you're fighting for justice for Cello, just along with all of us. We're on day 127. And that was the one thing I wanted to ask you about. Just the only thing about that was with how big the election day was on Tuesday, election now is over with. There's new people that are going to be coming in to office. Do you think that the focus for the powers that be is going to get back to having justice for Cello? What do you think?
um my honest opinion, I think and I hope they will. And I hope that Cholo gets justice because he like truly in my heart, whenever I hear his name, my instant thought is to start tearing up because nobody deserves to go through that. Especially his loved ones, his son. No son deserves to bury his dad
Yeah,
at
yeah,
that age, and it's truly heartbreaking. And if like for example, if something like that happened to my mom, I would not know how to act. I'd be tearing up left and right. So just to see how everybody's taking it, especially his family, is
yeah.
so inspiring. It truly is. And I'm really hoping that Miss Daria and everybody else who got elected into the office can really help bring justice to his name and help him get justice because like honestly, my soul can't rest until he gets justice, because that's how bad it hurts whenever I think about it. And I truly hope that him and his family are able to get justice when we have these new people come in.
Yeah.
And I hope that they're able to help the community understand, because I know there's a lot of stories that go around the community of, oh well, he was this, oh he was that, but did he deserve to get his life taken for it? That's the real question. And I don't think people are looking that deep into it, and I hope that the people who we elected, who are gonna come into our community and hopefully help for the best, understand that and try to help with the story as well.
Yep. I wish the same. Cello was my second cousin. Um, his grandfather, CJ, was my grandfather, Herman Woodard. Those two, CJ and Herman, were brothers. And so his grandfather was my great uncle. I never had the pleasure to meet Cello. I've learned more about him in the last 4 months. I wish I would have been able to be um, more involved in his life. But to be an advocate and to push for justice for him at this point does my heart good, because this is the least that I can do, is to keep fighting for him and seeing other people out there fighting for him that care about him, and um, to obviously you and I having our paths crossed, by me seeing you obviously through some of the clips that we've had at some of the protests, but then coming up and speaking at the city council meeting. You stole me at that part, and I'm like, this is going to be my niece right here, because she's representing, and I want you to continue to push on. Don't be silent. Don't let anyone silence you. Um, you're going to have a great career at whatever you decide to do when you get older, and you're doing the right things right now by spreading yourself very thick across things, meaning you're doing a number of different things, a number of different likes you have, a number of different talents, and you're keeping your education where it needs to be. And to walk out of school with an associate's degree is simply amazing. So, um, Deanna, I appreciate you joining me tonight. I'm going to let you go, but I wanted to give you the floor. If you had any last words, anything that you wanted to say, any shout outs or whatever, the floor is yours. Anything you'd like to say?
I really want to say to not only the older community but the youth community,
Yeah.
I understand it can be scary to speak out, because honestly, when I went to go speak out, I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, you were so good, you were this, you were that." I didn't know what I was doing. I was terrified, but I knew I wanted to speak up for what was right. Don't be scared to use your voice. Our voices are the most powerful thing we have.
Yep.
It's not our hands, it's not the way we fight, it's our voices, and it's the way we use it. And if we can use our voices to keep shouting justice for Chella, or they keep trying to get justice for our education, because
Hmm.
like I said, I don't agree with the Black History education. Like I said at the the town hall meeting, they tell us, oh yeah, we have AP African American history. You just take that, you'll learn everything about Black history. But why should I have to enroll my class?
Yeah.
Why should I have to enroll myself in a class when I should be able to get this, because this is our history? I
Yeah.
don't understand why I'm learning about European history and the French and the British fighting, but what I want to learn is about what happened to my ancestors and the full truth, and not some skimmed down whitewash stuff.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's how I feel.
Yeah.
But I want, like, I understand it can be scary, and honestly, I feel like sometimes my peers will laugh at me for the way I talk at town hall meetings or whatnot. But I want you to know that by you using your voice right now, you're creating a foundation, and um you're creating a foundation to build a house on. And when you get that foundation strong enough, I promise the world, you and your community, it's gonna flourish.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is pretty terrifying to go up and speak in front of a whole council of adults, coming from like my perspective. Oh, they're probably not gonna listen to me, but I'm gonna try to do it anyway. You just need to do it. You need to
Yeah.
speak out because by you being silent, you're not helping anyone. You're not helping anything. I know you may oh, let me like this. Let me comment this. You need to go out and you need to use your voice. Um that's really all I have to say. Like I understand it can be scary, but I believe that we all have this in us and we can all use our voices when because okay, like I always say,
Hmm.
change starts with you. If
Yeah.
you're not the one who's going to initiate change, then it's never going to happen.
That's right.
You can't sit here and you can't sit and hope and want for someone to bring that change along if you're not willing to get in and help bring that change along.
Yeah. Let me ask you this last question here. You spoke at the town hall meeting. How did it feel speaking at the town hall meeting versus the first time that you spoke at city council? I know you were scared at the city council. Did you have more guts? Did you feel that you had strength because people heard you before and we have your back? Did you feel more powerful at the town hall meeting?
Um, I feel like that was more scarier,
Was
only
it?
because when I was at the city council meeting, there was like a few people, like it wasn't that many people,
Okay.
and I was just like facing one way, talking to these people sitting here, and I'm like, okay, okay, this is chill. At the city hall meeting, I stand up, and all of a sudden, I look around the room, and there's like everybody staring at me, and I'm like, oh, oh, like I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, like my mind would go blank, and I would be like, and and then I would have to restart my sentence over because, like,
Yeah.
I don't know that part was scary to me. I feel like the town hall meeting was a little bit more scary because it was like everybody was staring at me. I was like, oh my gosh, what
Well,
the heck?
let me tell you something. It gets easier from here. You are overcoming obstacles early in your career as a public speaker. Public speaking is people's greatest fear. People
Mhm.
start breaking out in hives and gotta drink water and they get dry mouthed, if that's a word. And you are either jumping over, running around, or blowing through these hurdles. And I cannot explain how awfully proud I am of you. So you keep doing it. And I want to say something to those people that you think are laughing at you, your peers, when you get up and speak. They laugh because they know that they're not as good as you. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. They laugh because they're not as mature as you. And you thrive off of their laughter. It's going to make you better. It's going to make you more polished. And it's going to continue to fuel your drive. And that's what I want to see in you, my niece. Okay?
Mhm.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to let you roll. Give mom a big hug for me, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Deanna Chatfield, who is just leaving us right now. Let me push the button here. All right, she is. I tell you, what, she's absolutely wonderful. I'm so proud of her, as you all can see, and you know we adopted her in. This is my niece. This is Deontay's niece, Malcolm's niece. You know, and she calls us uncle, and she's fantastic. We will protect this young woman and make sure that she is successful ongoing. She is brilliant and someone that comes out to speak their mind. And the fact that she has been pushing for justice for Cello for 127 days is simply amazing and appreciated. And I know the immediate family really appreciates the efforts that she brings across. So, yeah, she's fantastic. Election day is over. Day 127, the investigation of Cello's death. And I'm telling you what, I know this thing is going to take some time. The case out in Fresno, California, has not been solved yet. That was the very first. The very first case where a parolee was shot and killed by his parole officer. So, um, you know, with the fact of the matter of that case not being resolved yet, and it happened on Christmas Eve of last year, we are almost, we're almost 11 months out from that one. So this one, it's probably going to take some time. It's probably going to take some time, but we have to come together stronger than ever. And we have to let the powers that be know that we are not going anywhere, that we will continue to fight for what's right, because this is a right and wrong thing. And what Kevin Seelinger did was wrong. And we all know that. We all know that. The video is out there. He was not being dragged. Um, it's just ridiculous that this is taking this long, but we have to have patience and continue to fight for justice for Cello. So, in wrapping up here, just wanted to let you guys know, like we just discussed with Deanna Chatfield, Savannah Wilson, one of our other outspoken young ladies in Erie, Pennsylvania. She will be joining us on Sunday evening at 7:30. She's going to tell me a lot about what she spoke about at the Freedom of Speech Town Hall meeting. And boy, I'm going to tell you, there were some fireworks there. I did share the video. If you need to go back to my Facebook page and look at the video that I shared from Savannah Wilson, please look at the things that she talked about. We're going to have her on here live on Etcetera with the Woodard Sunday night at 7:30. And I am excited. It's going to be live on Facebook, live on Instagram, and live on YouTube. So make sure you follow, subscribe at Etcetera with the Woodards. Go on YouTube, click like, put me a comment on there. We really appreciate all the support. I'm doing this now for 45 episodes. We'll have episode 46 on Sunday evening. So please tune in. And I appreciate you all just tuning in and giving Deanna Chatfield a lot of support and respect tonight. Okay. For Deontay Cooley, for Deanna Chatfield, I am Craig Woodard, your host for the evening. Good night, and we'll see you Sunday evening.